Today, on This American Dice, we join the Just Teens. See what 3 high school superheroes have to say about crime and exactly how they're gonna manage to get through this school year. We get a cool establishing shot of, what's the name of the high school that you guys all go to?
Dale River High.
Dale River High.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, named after star quarterback Dale River. Yeah, so you guys are at the shot of Dale River High. Like, students are coming to and fro. We're gonna meet each of these people. So we've got our 3 characters. I'd like to think that you guys also have like secret identities, just like regular teen names.
Yeah.
So who's the first person that we see in almost like a characterization shot of like, oh, I'm just a regular teen doing regular teen stuff?
That's going to be Frank Sedaris.
Frank Sedaris?
Yes. And Frank is, oh boy, just drops his books and his glasses fall off, and then a big jock like stomps on him and, you know, gives him a, next time don't drop your books on my feet, Sedaris. And then like gives him a wedgie. Frank is...
He's like, your class is up on the 2nd floor. Let me give you a lift. And he pulls you up by your underoos.
Yeah. And, oh boy. And then Frank pulls out his TI-85 calculator and types in a couple numbers, and his underwear like automatically retracts. And his glasses turn into like Transformers and go back together and like crawl up his leg onto his face.
Who do we see next? And we can go into the school. We can go into class. We can be in the lunchroom.
Okay, so as you see Sedaris being bullied in the halls, walking past is another one of the jock-looking kids. He's got his high school jacket on. He's talking excitedly to one of his teammates, and that's Fred Nash, who came up with the brilliant alias of Freddy Flash, which his friends don't know. And he's the star track player.
Nice, of course he is.
Of course he is. And he is just so excited to be here. He thinks that, you know, a life well lived would be one where he never has to leave Dale River High. Because this place is awesome.
All right, yeah. And, is he like a very, very popular character?
Yeah, he's popular. Guys like him, ladies like him, and you know, he doesn't think it's all that cool when Sedaris over there gets beat to a pulp. But he's really excited about what he's talking about, so he barely even notices.
Okay, so yeah, a lot of people come. Literally, the dude who just wedgied Frank Sedaris is like, "Sup, Fred," and he high fives you.
Hey man, hey! High five. Just walking up and say, "Hey, Sedaris, yo!"
And like a girl in a cheerleader outfit is like, oh my God, Fred, you did so well at the meet last time. It was so crazy. I bet you guys had such a good time afterwards. I'm so sad I couldn't go to the party.
We totally did. It was awesome. Goodbye.
Goodbye. All right. And finally, our last character. Who do we encounter?
So cut to Lad Human.
I'm sorry, say that again.
Lad Human.
Lad Human. Hughman, of course.
Yeah, well, Hugh's his middle name.
Lad Human.
He doesn't just go around, calling himself that. So Ladman. And say he's like in the science lab doing some experiments and stuff, like trying to get his biology grade up. And he's got like he's very short, very tiny, and he's got a big fluffy dog as a companion, like a
like a support animal.
Yeah, like a support animal.
Okay.
And like he's not very good at science, and so when nobody's looking, he like reaches into a compartment in the robot that is his dog. We'll call him BG, and pulls out some tool to cheat his science experiment.
Okay. Yeah, you see your science teacher is a man in his like late 30s or early 40s, and he has a tie that's like really undone and several of the buttons are undone, and he's just drinking coffee and like very clearly nursing a hangover. And he's just staring at everybody and he's like, please don't anybody touch the mercury. You're not supposed to touch the mercury. If anybody does that, you're going to have to go to the nurse. It'll make you, well, let's just say you won't be graduating anytime soon. If you turn to page 4, and then we cut away from there. And we see like the intro. And our intro has all these characters, like, and it says Frank Sedaris, and we see Frank like dropping his books and being like, whoa, and then we see him transform into Brain Boy. And what does Brain Boy normally look like? This is just in like the intro to the show.
Yeah, Brain Boy is wearing so it's like imagine, yeah, it's like an Iron Man costume, but it's just like super tight fitting, like spandex, and
so it looks like an Iron Man costume a kid would get.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
But it's elastic. He's looking up to, Tony Stark. Tony Stark is his definitely who he wants to grow up to be.
Okay.
But he doesn't wear the face mask.
Okay, so it's like an Iron Man. It's like in a spandexy kind of version of the Iron Man costume. Maybe the colors are different. Maybe he's got like a different color scheme going on. But
the Hulkbuster. Well, he likes the Hulkbuster.
Okay, well I'm not familiar.
No. Like it's the version. It's all black. It's yeah. Cool. The version where he's in Wakanda.
Okay. So we've got Frank Sedaris, and it says like Frank Sedaris, Brain Boy, / T'Challa. Yeah, so we see that. Then like the music continues and we see Freddie Nash and we see him like sup, I'm a cool jock, and then it like goes and what do we see when we see Freddy Flash revealed to be his superhero persona?
He's still wearing the same high school jacket, but now he has the hat on as well, and it says like DR on the front for Dale River. And let's say the school colors are red and white, so he's got like the big jacket, he's got his class ring on, he's got his hat, but he's changed his pants for speed. He's wearing his short running shorts, and his immaculately shaven legs can gleam in the right light.
Okay.
And he's got these big running shoes on.
Okay, cool. All right, so then finally, last but not least, we see Lad Hugh Man, and it shows him. We didn't get much of a description of what he looks like.
So he kind of looks like Dexter from Dexter's Laboratory, I'll say.
Okay.
And his costume is he just takes off his glasses, and hideous tentacles grow out of his eyes and mouth.
Nice. That's horrifying. That reminds me of a character, and I can't wait to. Oh, actually, maybe that's.
But he has eyes on the end of his tentacles.
Okay, cool. So, yeah, you're.
And taste buds at the end of his mouth.
And his dog turns into like a more obviously robotic dog stuff.
Okay, and it says Roswell.
Yeah.
And
BG.
Cool. And what's the dog's name again?
BG.
BG, like the letters B and G?
Yeah, good boy, but reversed.
Okay, got it. Right, well, he is from New Mexico, so it makes sense that it would be in the Spanish nomenclature. Okay. So, yeah, and then it says, like, there's, like, a sweet guitar riff over, like, some kind of explosion noises or, like, you guys punching and kicking and, like, jumping over cars and, like, Brain Boy at a computer and Roswell, like, behind the wheel of a spaceship. And then it says, the title that I think would be funny for this is Just Teens. So, where do we, for the first time in at least this episode, see all three of the characters get together?
Oh, maybe they meet up during study hall to discuss like their next superhero gambit.
Okay.
Because otherwise, people would be asking questions if the Brainiac and the weird science kid and the cool jock were all walking around together.
Sure. So the study hall, the cover that you guys have is easy. Brain Boy tutors everybody. So Frank Sedaris tutors Freddy, who's got to be in this study hall because otherwise he'll be on academic probation from the track team. And Roswell, I almost imagine Roswell's like the goth lady from Breakfast Club, where it's like you don't need to be there and you're not studying, but you're there all the time.
I like that.
Okay. And just for the hell of it, I'm just going to have that same exact teacher is the study hall teacher. And so he comes in and he's you guys are doing your stuff, and he's again just like has his head over a cup of coffee that's just like steaming up his glasses, and he's kind of like holding his head, and we look around the room, and there's maybe like one or two other kids. One kid's asleep. There's another kid doodling. And yeah, the three of you have your first opportunity to talk to each other in this episode. Damn it, Jeremy. Stop farting.
It wasn't me.
No, not you, Frank. Mr. DiMartino is the name of this guy, and Mr. DiMartino looks at one of the kid who was like asleep, and he was just farting, and he wakes up and he's like, "I can't help it, it's natural," and he puts his head back down.
That's so gross.
Yeah, that's pretty gross. And Mr. DiMartino drinks some more of the coffee from like a styrofoam cup, a la Tibor Rigo style, and just burps like he's going to vomit for a second and holds it in, and then just goes back on the computer.
Is that coffee good? My mom won't let me have any.
You don't need any coffee. It'll stunt your growth more. It'll stunt your growth.
And then you'll look over, and inside Fred's high school lettered cup, the thermos is just full of black coffee. Mm-hmm. And he's just been like chugging it the whole time you've been speaking. And he turns to his two friends and he's like, "Oh man, were you guys at the last meet? It was so great. I got first place."
That would be more impressive if you were just a normal human and not a super fast one who has superhuman speed beating high schoolers, Fred.
He'll like smile and like nod vigorously. He says, "Yeah, I would. That'd be awesome."
Why don't we find something that's a little more up to your speed? Have you guys heard about the spooky goings on down in the Barrens?
It's like, whoa, no. What's so spooky in the Barrens?
Well, there's two police officers who've gone missing.
This is when there's another character who interrupts Frank, and is like, "I can't believe you'd even believe that, Sedaris." And it's a girl in kind of a she has like dyed blue hair, and she's kind of a you remember Jane from Daria?
Yes.
Yeah, where she's like, I'm so artistic. That was the kid who's doodling. She's kind of turned over and heard a little bit of what you're saying when Frank got all excited about the Barrens. And she's like, my family lives right there. There weren't any police that disappeared. It's just weird noises.
Like crash landing noises?
And she says, no, People are so stupid. Anything that they don't understand just weirds them out. Sometimes the wind goes in a certain way, and the buildings out of the barrens are real old, so it kind of sounds like something screaming. But it's just birds or something. I go out there and sketch it sometimes.
Did any of those birds or weird moaning sounds kill some police officers lately?
If they did kill some people, that would be way cooler. It would make it more interesting for me to draw it. Otherwise, it's just an old building. I mean, how many things falling apart do I have to draw? And you see she's drawn Mr. DiMartino, like looking even worse than he already looks. I'm just imagining if Mr. Henson from Manatee High School was just like not able to hold it together. Or he's just like, go fuck. But yeah, so, and she's like, yeah, there's like weird sounds out there at those old apartments, but it doesn't matter. I mean, if somebody was getting killed, it would actually make this town interesting. And then she puts headphones on and she hits play on, I don't know, her Microsoft Zune or whatever, and the Smiths come on. And so she goes back to what she's doing, so she won't hear what you're saying.
So, and I'll turn back to my two friends. I'll say, oh man, when you started describing it, it sounded like it could be pretty cool, but now it sounds like it's just nothing.
Yeah, she's not wrong though, despite being human. About all the humans needing to die.
Yeah, I'll look at you and be like, yeah, man, I'm definitely going to die.
Mm-hmm. The dog
more coffee.
The dog starts nodding its head.
Yeah.
What does your kind do anyway? Do you just like live forever?
That's a good
so
question.
Cool.
We absorb. We have a strict hierarchy, and the successful among us absorb the least successful among us, and in doing so, live forever.
Whoa, how successful are you, bro?
Well, that remains to be seen. I'm still just a teenager.
I mean, I hope you do really good and absorb like a bunch of people.
Yeah, well, we know if we could start by, ridding this planet of its criminal scum, that would help.
Hell yeah, let's scum to absorb. So, what did you hear about the police officer's brain? I'm sorry, Frank. Wink, wink.
Oh, yeah. You ask Frank that, and just at that time, a stern-looking older Asian woman comes to the door, and she's like, "Mr. DiMartino," and he clearly had like nodded off, and he's like, "Oh, yes, Mrs. Leigh, come outside. I need to speak with you." And you guys are close enough to the door where you can hear her saying like, Well, we haven't seen him in several days. It's weird that he wouldn't show up. I mean, the police department's sending another, what are they called? SROs. I forget what. School resource officer. Deputy McManus. Deputy McManus will have to do for now until they find Deputy Reed.
Whoa, guys, this sounds spooky. Or maybe one of the police officers went on vacation.
Yeah, I think DiMartino's like maybe he went on vacation.
Oh, I totally called it.
This sounds like a job for just teens and their alien friend Roswell.
All right.
So when you see the title card.
Yeah. Justines will be back after this message from Mountain Dew. Mountain Dew. Yeah. So I think we're gonna kind of end this scene here. So you guys know that there's been these weird sounds out of these old apartments that were called the Barrens. You've heard it from this skeptical goth girl whose name is Tabitha. And Tabitha, she was really skeptical about it. She didn't believe it, but she told you like she lives right out near there. And then Leigh was talking with Mr. DiMartino about the school resource officer, Deputy Reed, who's apparently gone missing. So what's the scene that we end on before we go to commercial and come back?
How about the teens and Roswell share a meaningful look, and they say, "Tonight, we check it out." Like Fred will put a fist for a fist bump.
Yeah, and I'll put my hand over your fist like paper covers rock. But
Yeah, and I put my tentacles out, and like lay
gross.
one slimy tentacle on top.
All
Just
right.
coincidentally, our logo, a fist under a hand under a tentacle.
Exactly. That is exactly the logo for Just Teens. And we see that kind of fly at the screen like, and then, we hop to commercial. I was going to say the commercial is, of course, for KFC's new Cheetos chicken sandwich with sweet lightning Mountain Dew, which is their peach flavored Mountain Dew. All of which are real products. We've got kind of our call to action. Should we, when we come back from the commercial break, see you guys heading someplace? Or what?
For sure. I'm picturing like it's already, night has just fallen. We've all got our flashlights. We're just like sneaking out of our parents' houses. I don't know where Roswell lives, but
I'm gonna fly over there in a spaceship.
Roswell heads over in his spaceship that hovers on the ground, but it just makes it look like a cool motorcycle with the cloaking device or some weird thing like that.
Yeah, like a moped.
Okay, yeah. And the noise that it makes is like regular like annoying moped noise. But when we see you in it, where like the audience can see the not cloaked version, it's going like.
That's uncanny.
Yeah.
It's just the dog.
Yeah, the dog just going, oh, yeah, you just ride, the dog turns into that thing. Mm-hmm. Oh, absolutely. Okay. So, you guys sneak out at night. You know what we're going to do here? I think you guys sneaking out is going to require a roll because you don't want your parents to find out, / you don't want people to see you sneak over there because you're an alien.
I was hoping that instead of parents, I would just have a pair of robot simulacra, who were just designed to like ward off the mailman or like teachers when they showed up to ask why I'm such a weird kid.
Or alternatively, maybe this is a Conehead situation and you actually do have alien parents that are there.
No, I don't like that.
Okay. Yeah, so no problem.
My idea for this guy is he's there in exile, basically.
Gotcha. He's like an Invader Zim situation.
Exactly.
Okay. So I think this is going to be a personality roll because it's going to be you guys trying to like make sure your parents or maybe the mailman or whatever doesn't interfere with what's going on. Mm-hmm. So go ahead and roll a number of just regular 6-sided dice equal to your personality.
All right.
Let's see here. I got a 5.
Got a 5.
I got a 2, a 1, and a 3.
So just tell me the highest one.
3.
So 3. Okay. And Alex?
Give me 1 second.
What'd Frank get?
Mine didn't work. I only got a 2.
Yeah, you only made 5 sides.
3, a 5, and a 2, right? Okay,
right.
So for Roswell, we'll start with the best result. It says good. Describe the result, and you gain basically like a point. And after we get a certain number of points, we also like trigger end game. So how does this go well where you're easily able to sneak out? Apparently you burst through the door.
Oh, yeah, apparently. I'd say every time he powers on his parents, it takes like a large amount of electricity from the neighborhood, and often sort of like backfires and attracts the neighbor's attention. But this time, like, there's some kind of like street party going on, and so they don't notice the massive power spikes and like lights blowing out and that sort of thing.
Okay. Yeah, there's some of the cool kids that jock that harassed Frank in the beginning is like, my parents are out of town and this is gonna be a rager like you wouldn't believe. And people are like, you say that all the time. And he's like, let me turn up the music. And he turns up the music, and then a bunch of light bulbs explode, and people are like, fuck, and it blows their minds.
Yeah, you just hear lads, robot parents from across the street being like, keep it down over there, you human children.
Jim, come back to bed. Jim, come back to bed. The doctor said you can't get too worked up.
Nowadays.
Yeah, they're just they get stuck in a loop for a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're
Husband, come back to bed. Before coitus. Yeah. Mondays. Yeah, it's a lot of that. Yeah. But so, all right. Cool. Meanwhile, Fred Nash / Freddy Flash.
Whoa.
Got a 3. So on a 3, you have a not so great result. The GM decides your fate, but you may be given a chance to suggest a single positive, albeit minor effect. So, you're going to head out, and are you sneaking out like the window, sneaking out the front door, sneaking out the back door? What are you up to?
Well, normally I would just try and use my speed to like run out the front door and close it before anyone notices.
Okay. And I think you go to run out your front door, and you get to the front door and you have to put on the brakes, and standing in front of you is your little sister.
Oh man, she's such a square.
Yeah, and your little sister is like,
What a whore.
Your little sister.
That didn't take long.
Your little sister's in like she's a freshman. That's the thing.
Oh,
so like she just started at Dale River High, and she's like, where do you think you're even going, Freddy? Mom and Dad said we're not allowed to leave after. What's a good night? Mom and Dad said we're not even allowed to leave after 9.
Ooh, whatever, get out of my way. I'm going out. You can't stop me.
Oh, are you going to that party that and you see her get like a little blushed. That guy, what's the bully's name? Stan Vincent. Are you going to that and she blushes, that guy Stan Vincent's party? Because Mom and Dad won't want you there, you know.
No, I'm not. I'm going on a date with a girl.
Oh, sure you are. I mean, if you want to go to that party, or you know what, even if you wanted to see a girl, that's fine. But I mean, somebody here might let it slip that you're going to Stan Vincent's party, and whether you're there or seeing a girl, I think Mom and Dad are going to be pretty mad.
Oh, this is so not fair. Fine. What do you want me to do?
I mean, if maybe somebody was too busy because they were also at Stan Vincent's party.
You're a freshman. Nobody's gonna like you there.
Hey,
you're like 8.
No, I'm a woman.
Fine, but you better be ready in 5 minutes because I'm already late to see a girl. And I'll drop you off.
Oh, and I think what's the joke girl name that she says? Like, yeah, more like a girl. Probably
Stacy.
Patty Pee Pants. I don't know, something like something dumb.
It was just the one time she did that. You're so mean.
Ugh, you're gross. Anyway, let's go. And I think she just takes her hoodie off, and she already is dressed to go to this party.
Nice. Okay, I will totally drop her off at the party and then just leave.
Okay, cool. So we'll do something with that in a second. All right. Meanwhile, Frank Sedaris, a.k.a. Brain Boy. You there, Alex?
Yes.
Ugh. All right. So how's Frank Sedaris? How's he sneaking out of the house?
He's first gonna like he always does this. He's first like opens the window and then like is like, I'm gonna sneak out the window, and he has like a fake boy tucked into the sheets and everything, with glasses on him, and he goes and he's like, achoo! You know, he has like really bad allergies. Oh God. Oh, my hay fever's really getting me right now. I can't jump into the bushes. Everything's in bloom right now. And then his mom's like, Frankie, do I hear you sneezing right now, honey? And
Hey, Frankie, I've got some vapor rub.
Yeah,
Do you need me to bring that in there, Frankie?
Time for an episode
Frankie?
nap.
Yes. Do you have hives again? And you hear your father, who's played by Paul Lind, and he's like, leave him alone. The boy's just sneezing. It's fine. And so they're arguing. And if I can make the suggestion with a 2, it says it's bad. The GM decides your fate, and you may suggest something suitably negative. Based on the fact that you're like sneezing, I think that you have nose aids. No, your mother insists on like tucking you in again, but she puts like a crazy amount of Vicks Vapor Rub all over you. So like you have like a mustache of Vicks Vapor Rub, and she's like, here, wear these socks that are full of Vicks Vapor Rub as well, and don't forget your headgear. And so you can get out to this thing, but you're like covered in schmutz. And also you are wearing headgear that we didn't know you had till now.
guys, it's me, Frankie. I don't know if you can recognize me, but it's me.
All right. So I think Freddy Flash, wow, he is super fast. Freddy, are you willing to let your little sister know that you're super fast to take her there super quick?
I would have it just at the level where she's like, this is weirdly fast, but not where she's like, oh, you're a superhuman being. Like, she's probably seen this a lot. Like, growing up. Maybe she's like, just thinks I'm a really fast dude, and she just hasn't really put 2 and 2 together and realized, oh, that's just not possible.
You know what? I kind of like that. So you get to Stan Vincent's party. And they're drinking at a red Solo cup, so it's implied that they're drinking alcohol. And Stan Vincent's like, "Yo, look who made it! Sup, Freddy?"
It's like, yo! Here's my totally lame sister. She insisted on coming. Oh, I'm really sorry, guys.
And he I think he like barely kind of acknowledges her. He's like, "Sup? Hey, well, yeah, we're gonna go to the." We're making it all the way to states.
Oh, totally. We're going to internationals. We're gonna be the fastest team high school in the world.
Yeah, but not the universe. Oh wait, I'm not there.
I like think of you saying it. The thought bubble.
Yeah. All right. So we hop away from this, and since again Freddy is so fast, we join Brain Boy, Freddy Flash, and Roswell all at the
Barrens.
The Barrens. And so the Barrens are an old like apartment complex that was maybe built in like the 40s or something like that. And it had become run down, and some developer purchased it. And you can see kind of like the super sun faded like signs for that development company. And not just Mr. DiMartino who has the indigestion. So you see that. You see like posted signs like no trespassing on a blah, blah, blah site is a felony in this state. Like it's like you see all these signs all over the place. The fencing itself is really rusted because the story that you guys have heard at least is that this thing was purchased by some kind of development company, but that company went out of business, and it's just never been able to be sold because it'll be too much of a pain in the ass to tear this down and build anything up on this land. That's the story.
All right. Fred will look around, be like, "Man, this place is a dump. Either of you ever been here before? My dad says this place is proof this city's going down the tubes, but I don't know, man. High school's pretty cool. I think the city's pretty great, actually."
I crash landed in a place they looked a lot like this one.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wait,
I think high school sucks, and people are mean, and this town sucks, and I can't wait to get into Duke University on a scholarship for lemur research.
oh man, only nerds go there. You just gotta be positive, man. You just gotta think good thoughts, and good things will happen to you.
Lemurs
That's what my mom says.
were one of the first space traveling races to escape this planet.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's true.
Why did some of them get
We
left
have a lot to
behind?
learn from lemurs.
But just the stupid ones, like humans. Same deal.
And that's when you hear off in the distance, coming from within the barrens, you hear like...
Jeepers!
Whoa, that sounded like a lawnmower. You think there's any lawnmowers out here?
I'd be like, BG, threat analysis.
Beep, boop, 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 beep, beep, beep. All right, go ahead and roll equipment for me, Roswell.
All right.
And remember, if you use one of your powers, it adds an additional die to this roll.
No need. I got a 3.
Oh, I need to look at my powers.
I'll just tell you the highest one, right?
Yes,
4.
for this one. You got a 4. Okay, cool. So a 4 is fair. Describe the mostly positive result of your action, but you must include a negative or humorous effect. So this is where this game, and if you remember last time we played it, gets real crazy, because I don't really have very much for this. So when you guys succeed very well or very poorly, you get to describe some of what's going on. You're able to figure something out about the threat that BG is able to analyze here and tell me about that. So
Okay,
you do it, but there's got to be something like negative added to it as well.
See if this works. All right, so BG is like, detecting another, and he's like frozen for a second until Lad repeatedly kicks it in the head. And then he's like, detecting another alien craft.
Oh, all right. Yeah, BG is doing. He's kind of like wigging out a little bit, and you're like, oh,
Yeah.
yeah. So BG can tell you there is indeed another alien. BG's kind of acting weird and like running self-diagnostic. All right, but yeah, BG has informed you that there is an alien craft here, though BG can't determine the planet of origin or make of the ship.
You
So
guys hear that? The lemurs may have beaten us here. Those bastards.
Brain Boy is going to like his laptop's going to just flop out from his backpack and like into his hands, and he's got like these extra like spider like octo, a
spider octo.
Like Spider-Man in the last Avengers movie had like those metal claws, the walking claws. But they're just for typing on his laptop.
Yeah, like each
Eric and PG seem to be suffering from the same problem. Perhaps he needs to be kicked in the head repeatedly.
So double check facts is a ability Brain Boy will roll.
Absolutely.
Oh.
He's going. Let's see here. So, and is that going to be with intellect or equipment, Austin?
What is it exactly that you're trying to do? Because I know you're using a computer to do this, but it might be an overall, like, mostly intellectual pursuit here.
I'm trying to figure out the origin of the signal and learn more about these aliens, where they're from, what they're doing here in this town.
Okay, so that sounds more like an intellect role for me. You're using your computer to help you out with that, but it's not like you have like a special computer that's made to detect this kind of thing specifically.
Whoa, that's really nuts. That's okay. Hold on a second. Rolls.
So if it's an intellect roll, you'll be rolling 4 dice. If you're using that power, then you'll be rolling 5.
Oh, okay. 5. So then I get. All right, I get a. It says a botch like is a 1, cancel out a success.
Nope. So
Okay.
for skill rolls, just give me your highest.
I have 6.
You got a 6. That's good. So on a 6, amazing. Describe the result and gain 2 points. And you guys have points as a team.
Okay, so we know that these aliens.
Oh, well,
Are,
tell us what this looks like as Brain Boy brings up the old Computron.
Oh boy.
Oh, can I make a quick suggestion?
Yeah.
You have like your own like interactive like AI program.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
But it's like a sexy like lady who's like oh, Brain Boy, you are the smartest and handsomest superhero.
And it just looks like the hottest teacher in school.
Yeah, Mr. DiMartino. And no, I was imagining it's almost Krager style, like a creepy anime like sex doll.
Oh yeah, that would also work.
It looks like Dr. Girlfriend.
Oh yeah, it looks like Dr. Girlfriend. Could I also add maybe that it's that, but like a rabbit, like a sexy Lola Bunny situation from?
Yes, totally.
Okay.
Totally. Yeah.
This is why we became friends originally, because I saw you playing with it once. I was like, dude, this is awesome. I'm coming to your house right now.
That's a sexy rabbit. This video game's great.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so she's like you see that as like the computer boots up real quickly, and then she can give you this information. So you were trying to figure out exactly what again?
Where they come from and what their intentions are.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, so I don't think you can quite figure that much information out.
Mm-hmm.
Because you guys haven't like seen the spacecraft in any capacity or encountered it really. But maybe you can find some information about like, there was a strange sighting of like of these lights, and there were these weird atmospheric conditions that day, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, maybe there's very slight vibrations in the ground. They must be operating mining equipment.
Well, they're
Absolutely.
diamonds in the city. The city is so cool.
You're sure that they have to be operating mining equipment. In fact, when you look at only a small amount of time after those atmospheric conditions came up, those atmospheric phenomena, all of a sudden there were seismic phenomena that followed soon afterwards, which could be triggered by some kind of mining activity.
Interesting.
Guys, what are they interested in under our town?
Well, if it were me, I just spitballing, maybe they're drilling to the molten core of the Earth to destroy the planet. That's what I would do.
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
Mm-hmm.
We better act fast.
Fastest way to kill all humans.
Act now.
Oh, now you're speaking my language, Brain Boy. Don't worry, I got this. And I'll like speed off towards where we heard the noise.
Okay. So you're going to have to get into this. There's like a big fence, and it's pretty rusty. But the weird thing is, when you go up to the fence itself, there's almost like some kind of. It should almost like you should almost be able to climb over it, and yet you realize, wait a minute. It's almost like there's some kind of like force field or shield that kind of like prevents you from doing that exact thing. Yeah, some kind of like field or force field like that. If you climb the fence and try to like go up a little bit farther, you kind of like hit some form of resistance.
Oh, so getting my usual running start, I would have just tried to like leap the fence, and then I just hit this force field and come down like a dead fly and just hit the ground.
Sure. I mean, unless you want to try to power through it. We're like, I can build up enough speed where nothing can stop me.
Ooh, to get like run through the fence?
Sure. Run through this barrier maybe.
Okay. I tend to think that any of life's problems could be solved with sufficient application of speed.
So
All
I'm
right.
definitely gonna do that.
Gotcha. Cool. Taking the early Andy Warhol approach to things. All right. So yeah. So that sounds like a physical roll for sure. Are you also using any powers?
How about dang, I'm quick.
Dang, I'm quick.
Damn, you quick.
Dang,
All
he's
right. I'm quick. All right. So what does that mean? I add or die?
Yeah. So you just would add a die. So instead of rolling 3, you'd roll 4.
Got it. I got
Remember, you just need your highest.
6.
Also really good. So yeah, describe how you're able to get through this force field. And remember, force field is kind of a loose thing here. If you want to describe even more of what it was, that's cool. If you want to say like, actually, it's a strong gust of wind that pushes a person back. And once I was able to build up enough momentum, like you can get into that or be like, it was an emotional thing. I just had to know that it was there. Whatever you want to do.
Well, I'm on the force field bent, so I figure like so everyone, so Fred, Frank, and Lad see him fail, and he's like, no, I got this. Don't worry, I can go fast enough. I promise. And he gets a little bit of a running start, and he speeds through the fence. And when he breaks through, you see like this a shattering in the air around it, where clearly there had been a force field, and then it just sort of cascades, so the rest of the force field goes down.
Oh yeah.
And if there was any sort of like things being cloaked behind it, you can now kind of see them
Absolutely.
like coming into
yeah,
view.
an army of BGs.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, well, actually, you do see there are like there are some parts of this building that are there. No, in fact, there's this apartment complex, but there is definitely a spaceship that's crashed right down into it.
Thanks for joining us for this episode of This American Dice Presents Just Teens, Episode 1. Our cast for today was Carl as Freddy Flash, Alex as Brain Boy, and Leigh as Roswell. Austin was your game master. Additional music for this episode includes Fire by the Inventors. If you could please rate, review, and subscribe to our show on your favorite podcatcher, it would really help This American Dice. And for every 5-star review we receive, we'll read it on air. Join us next week for another episode of This American Dice.